Jaelan, how would you describe, I guess, the communication between you guys on the field early in the season? Are there some growing pains that you guys are working through? What's been your vantage point of that?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, that's honestly one of our main focuses moving forward is communicating better. Our goal as a defense is to play fast, furious with elite technique. And the only way to play fast is if you know what you're doing and you're communicating with each other and getting set early. So that's something that we're trying to work through, making it definitely a focus, a point of intentionality. So I think that's something that's going to be improving for sure.
What are you seeing from Bradley Chubb for the start? He's had 3 sacks in 3 games.
Yeah, I think he's doing great. I think that he's put himself in the right position to get those sacks, and he's just going to keep improving, keep getting better.
Jaelan, how tough is it for the front seven to be patient? No turnovers. I guess Bradley's 3 sacks are the total. Is it tough to still do your 111th and not press, or do you kind of keep a big picture and say, if I stick to this, the system's going to work?
Yeah, I mean, that's actually a good question because that's kind of something that you have to fight against is pressing and trying to do too much and trying to make a play, outside of the scheme or outside of, your own ability. So I think really the focus is not worrying about the numbers, not trying to, make something happen when it's not there, really trusting the scheme and just playing within, the bounds of the defense. So I think that the numbers come, and that's something that with, the type of defense we have, once we get the communication right, once we, are all on the same page, I think all those will start coming.
You mentioned a couple of times in your answer right now, don't worry about the numbers, and that might apply to you right now because you don't have a sack yet, but you've gotten very close to the quarterback and actually flush a quarterback out of the pocket at times. 2 Bradleys, have you had to remind yourself of that?
Yeah, it's easy to lose track of what's important. Obviously this is a production game. It's a what have you done for me lately game, and so obviously with the sacks comes a lot of the attention or the praise or whatever the case is. And so it's easy when you're not getting the production numbers to let that, temporarily discourage you or just kind of question, why am I not making these plays? Why am I not? But when you take a step back, when I personally take a step back and look at each game, I feel like I've improved each game. And that's really all you can do is just focus on getting better. And so, like I said, I know those things will come. My first 2 years in the league, I didn't have a sack until week 4 and, ended up kind of getting streaky. So, that's not something I'm worried about right now. Obviously, it'll be great to start getting those sack numbers, but I'm more concerned with, just doing my job within the defense and getting better every week.
Jaelan, regarding the 0-3 start, I know every season is different, but you guys have had a 5-game losing streak in 2022 that you end up making the playoffs. The 2-6 start last year, you finished 6-3. Can you draw from those experiences and apply it here, or different season, different thought?
No, definitely can draw from those experiences. I mean, even put aside those last 2 years, my first year with the Dolphins, we were, I think, 1-7 and then won 8 games in a row or 7 out of 9 or something like that. So I've seen almost every year on both sides how things can change in an instant. You can go on a winning streak and then lose a bunch of games and vice versa. And so I think what's important is to take it week by week and not be concerned with, our record now and anything like that. Obviously, it's a pressing issue. We need to start winning games. But, this isn't, it's not a death sentence for us, and it's not indicative of how the rest of the season is going to go.
I guess there's some uncertainty on who will quarterback the Jets in this game. How do you see their offense being different with Justin Fields and Tyrod Taylor in there?
I think it's pretty similar. Obviously Justin's a little younger, probably a little more explosive and athletic with his legs, but Tyrod can definitely make things happen. He's very experienced, so that's something that he has up on Justin. Really doesn't change much. We still have to be, intentional with our rush lanes. We still have to keep either of them from extending plays and making plays with their feet and things of that nature. So, it really doesn't change too much. So whoever they got is who we're going to face.
Fields rushed for like $180 when you guys faced them in 2022.
Yeah, was there? I remember.
Was there a lesson to be learned in that game?
Yeah, I mean, just obviously kind of shows the type of quarterback he is, and just kind of a constant reminder that we need to do a good job of containing him because obviously he can make you pay if you don't.
I know you guys worked some today on punching the ball out.
Mm-hmm.
Where are you in terms of emphasizing takeaways and possibly frustration over not getting them? Where are you with that?
Yeah, I mean, that's always an emphasis, even before the season, throughout all of our training camp, everything, that's always an emphasis is taking the ball away. And I think that just in general, when you're playing behind the sticks, when you're kind of playing catch up like we have been, it's kind of hard to emphasize those type of things during the game, the takeaways, the sacks, the negative plays and things like that. So I think our first goal is to stop the run, is to, get them into third and long, those type of situations where they have to take greater risks. Because I think right now we've just been allowing offenses to take very, calculated, low risk, medium yield type plays, but obviously those kind of compound and add up, and ultimately they get a bunch of yards and scores and stuff. So I think for us the most important thing is to, like I said, stop the run, get them into those 3rd and 8 type situations or 2nd and long type situations, so that we can kind of attack the ball.
Overall, how would you describe the mood of the team?
I think that we are frustrated and disappointed, but not discouraged, and definitely haven't lost any confidence in ourselves. And even that frustration is just with us. It's frustration knowing that we can play a better brand of football and we haven't. So nobody's panicking, nobody's pointing fingers. This is far from a crisis within our team. So really, we're just composed and attacking each day the way that we need to, and we know that the wins and the production will come.
How do you channel that frustration into, improvement, into just real change, I guess?
Just keep the main thing. I think for us, we need to emphasize the things we need to emphasize on a daily basis, and doing that each day is going to ultimately lead to us improving. So really channeling that frustration, it's not like this explosive anger, it's more so just it kind of reaffirms our resolve in a sense. So just all right, we know what we need to do, so let's attack every day and just channel the frustration, the disappointment into making sure that we're doing those little things every day.
Have you had any fun with your Florida Gators teammate, Jason Marshall, after the big rivalry win your alma mater had?
No, I didn't talk to him about that, but I am happy for the Canes. They've been doing great. Obviously, Mario's been doing a great job over his last couple of years with them, so I like him a lot.
Did Weave ever wear his UM shirt?
Nah, I never. I played myself. I just moved recently, so I think all my Cane stuff is in boxes and stuff, so I never got him to wear it, but maybe somebody else. I'll make D-Mac or whoever else is a Seminole wear some when we play them.